Hi, you guys. Um, I wanted to come to you live in reference to this situation. I was going to talk about it on my show, but which is Wednesday nights at 8. But it was very touching, and I kind of wanted to dedicate a whole live to it versus a segment on a show. On the show. Um, so, like 2 days ago, I had no idea who Nikki Tutorial was. And I saw this article that popped up on my phone. I have like news alerts. And I saw the article pop up on my phone. I was like, coming out. So let me read it. So as I proceed to read the article, I felt I felt very like drawn to it. And so I said, okay, well, let me watch the video. So as I proceed to watch the video, I'm still drawn for some odd reason. I'm still drawn to it. Okay, I'm like, okay, and I'm understanding what she's saying. So apparently she's been on YouTube for like 11 or 12 years. She does makeup tutorials. She's very pretty. She does makeup tutorials on YouTube. The gist of it is that she had a coming out and she announced to the world that she was transgender. She said when she was younger, her mom thought that, well, before she even had her, she just felt like she was pregnant with a girl. And when she had her, to her surprise, and she said she was like 7 years old when she started dressing, and at the age of 14 is when she started taking her hormones. And I was just thinking like, oh, and she was just saying she was thanking her mom and saying how important it is to have a parent, a mother, parent in general, be there for you at such a young age and stand by your side and, just kind of guide you through the trying time. And like the story was so touching. She's engaged. Apparently her fiance didn't know. A lot of people have asked me, what do I feel about the fact that her fiance didn't know? Let me say this. So I can only speak from my point of view, not what she did, because it's her story, and only she can be the narrator of her story. From my point of view, if it was me in a situation, I don't think I would have. Well, I know that even if I was like her, and what she did was she had the whole surgery. She's completely converted over to, or transition, I should say, over to being a woman. Like she has a vagina. She's completely transitioned. So apparently she met her fiance, and she said that she does not feel like it is one's, which is this. I think this is one another reason it clicked to me. We just had a live where we were talking to each other, and I was telling you guys, we were talking about when I was talking to you guys about when is the right time to tell a guy that you're trans. And we were talking about that. So it's so funny how she was like, she feels like that in a relationship, or when she meets somebody, she don't think it's the right time to tell that person until she's completely comfortable with that person. And at that point she tells them, for like safety reasons and stuff. She waits until they're at a good point with each other. From the way she made it sound on the video, her fiance didn't know because she asked for time for them to handle their relationship private. So I take it that he didn't know from the way she was saying it. If it was me, I could never move that far without telling somebody who it is that they're committing to. Because for me, I feel like a lot of different things come into play. Be it, what if he wants kids, and you can't have children, or what if he just wants to be with someone who was physically born female. And I feel like me, I want to allow somebody to love me for me. I don't want to, and if you notice, I'm being so serious on this live. It's not like one of my other lives where it's entertainment. This is just like a serious conversation between me and you. I feel like I want to allow somebody the time to get to know me and love me for me. Which, not saying that she's not a female. It's just saying that she transitioned into a female. So I do think no matter who you date, that they have a right to know. I am in agreement with her. It is a certain time that you tell the person that you are trans. You don't just walk up to people. And I think it's idiotic for anybody to think that you just randomly walk up to somebody and be like, hi, I'm trans. That is so stupid. It's dangerous and it's stupid. Before you go out on a date or meet the person in person, even if you met them at the store, I feel like you can have a conversation there, but don't leave with them. You go your way, let them go theirs. That's my personal feeling. If you exchange numbers, you can talk, text. Before you talk about meeting up again, my opinion, you need to tell them, to let them know. Because that chance, you just by chance ran into each other. But if you, for whatever reason, do keep talking to them, they cool with it, it's okay, then you meet up with them again. Because, I'm going to be real. 8 times out of 10, especially, probably shouldn't say this, but I'm going to say it anyway. 8 times out of 10, especially in the African American community, when you tell a guy that you are trans, instead of him trying to pursue you relationship wise, it then turns into something sexual. He either wants fellatio or he wants to have sex with you. It generally turns into something sexual. Eight times out of 10 is pretty fair. They don't just go away. Now you have a few that's just like, I'm not into that. That's not my thing. But maybe she feels like since she has a vagina now, it's no different than you meeting a girl who was born with a vagina. For me, I had to step outside of my comfort zone and kind of step into someone else's and truly think about it. What if I was to meet somebody, fall in love with that person ends up being a trans man, and now I've fallen for this person. Let's just say it was an operation where a trans man could get a penis. We've had sex with each other. I've fallen for this person. But he didn't tell me that he was trans. How would I feel? Like, my number one thing is trust. If you're keeping this from me, what else could you keep from me? Number 2, how you know I wanted to be with a trans man? You know what I'm saying? Like, I love you for being the person that I thought you were, when emotionally you're still that person, mentally you're still that person, physically you altered into that person. So I try to understand it from both sides, just so I can wrap my head around how the other person may feel. So yeah, I'm not huge on Well, I don't like that at all. Meeting somebody and not telling them, not giving them an opportunity to know. Do I think that most all trans people have did it at least one time in their life? Yes. I do. I do believe that all trans people have did it at least one time in their life. Most of the time is when you're younger. You want to see, you want to test it. I know it's dangerous, but you want to test your realness. You want to see if you can pull, and will he know? So, yeah, but then you mature, you get sense, you understand that that's dangerous and stupid, and you don't need to be doing that. I think that the fact that her coming out story came because of blackmail was absolutely horrendous. My friends tell me all the time that my personality is too big for a smaller town. I need to be somewhere bigger. I need to start my life over, a place where I don't know anyone, or anyone doesn't know me. But I tell them, I'm like, you can never run from who you are. You can travel 3,000 miles. You can never run from who you are. I guess it's not even about running from who you are. It's about just wanting to start somewhere where you're not being judged for who you are. Like, people look at you as a person and not a thing. And sometimes that's kind of hard for the strongest person. You know, when people think you're confused, or you have a mental issue, or mental disorder, or some type of identity confusion, when you know exactly who it is that you are. I think if people have not walked in your shoes, it's really hard for you to understand who that person is. So I definitely understood so many points that she was saying when she was speaking. But like I was saying, she was actually blackmailed into coming out. That's why I brought up the story about moving. I don't think you can go anywhere in the world with social media, anywhere in the world, even if you get a name change, your ID change, over to whatever sex you identify as. Even if you move, I feel like you're going to end up running into somebody on vacation, somebody who moved, who knows you for your original self. Or be it, you can't have social media. If you have social media, it's always going to be that one asshole. Sorry, but that one asshole who's going to call you by your government name instead of the name that you identify as. So they're going to try to give you away. But then, I didn't know you had a problem with it. That's who I met you as. Stuff like that. It's like people continuously try to remind you of who you were, to hold you at stagnant about who you are. Or never forget who you were, because who you are is a facade. When it's really you, but they want to keep you in the mind frame of who you were, because who you become, you're happy, you're glowing, you feel complete. A lot of people don't like to see you complete. So therefore, they're going to keep trying to remind you any way they can. It could be a slip up of he, him, your government name, any of that. When I say slip up, I do mean slip up. Just to remind you that you are, or you were, that person. So it's something that you never can run from. That's why I'm happy that no matter how she had to come out, that she did come out. Because what's the saying that Funky 90 say? When you pour your tea, when you spill your tea, nobody can pour it for you. Something like that. Okay, so y'all know what I'm saying. When you tell what it is that needs to be told on you, nobody else can hold it against you and tell it. And so I was super proud that she actually chose to tell it in the way that she want to tell it, which it may not have been the time that she wanted to tell it in, but just the fact that she actually told and kind of gave the blackmailers a big fu, to me was so heartwarming, and so it was just something so genuine about the video. And you never know. Like, I believe that God has everything lined out and planned for a reason. I think he allows us to go on our own paths, but I do believe that he has the path set up for us. So I believe that Nikki actually was supposed to come out the way that she came out. I think that it was her time to come out. I think this time in the blackmailers, they had it on her, but I do believe that it was her time to actually come out, tell the world that she is trans. Now, I do hope that the partners, the people that she's in partnership with, the big companies, I hope that they don't take issue to this, because if they were trying to market to a certain demographic and now you kind of meet this other demographic, I hope that they don't use that as an excuse to like drop her from her campaigns and her partnerships and stuff. So I really genuinely do hope and pray that and I feel like it will. She will continue to be successful, and I think that story may just be what a lot of people in general out there needed, because it's more than a story of coming out as a trans person. It's a story of being who you are. It's a story of not letting anybody bully you. It's a story of being a leader. It's a story of courageousness. Like, it's so many things that anybody can take from it and just be like, okay, well, she did this, I can do this. She did this, I can do this. Like, for me, it was motivational. Like, you have to be able to stand up and stand in what you believe, no matter what. And never let anybody hold anything against you. You are who you are for a specific reason. Never let anybody hold anything against you. That was my takeaway from it. My takeaway was continue being me. Continue doing the things I love. Never let anybody write the script to my life. Never let anyone alter the script to my life. Narrate my own story. If I feel the story needs to be changed, then I got creative control over that. I'm the producer of this story. That was my takeaway. I didn't know you before then, Nikki, but I did subscribe to your YouTube. From me to you, welcome to freedom. It's not an easy thing to do. It's a joy, a certain joy about being who you are, living in the moment, loving yourself out loud, letting the world know that you are you. And there's nothing you can say, because I own who I am. I respect who I am. I accept who I am. You may not accept me. You may not respect who I am. But I do. And if you feel you have to tolerate me for whatever reason instead of actually love me, then I don't need you. I'm no longer looking for tolerance. I genuinely want people around me who love me, not who tolerate me for whatever reason. And I'm making so many steps to just have like genuine people around me. I'm praying that God removes all the people who are not truly for me out of my life. I've been praying that prayer. I'm still praying that prayer. Have some people fail off? Yes. But that's just God answering the prayer. So, I'm moving on in 2020. All in all, everything's good. I'm still doing good on my celibacy. I'm still doing good. Let's lighten up this video a little bit because it's real serious. So let's lighten it up a little bit. I had some jelly beans and my coworker was like, "You done ate up all them jelly beans because you ain't getting none. So now you just keep eating." That was so funny. Well, it was funny to me. But yeah. So if you hadn't had a chance to watch her YouTube video, what I did was I shared it on the page so you can go watch it. Thank you so much for watching this live. And the show will be on Wednesday night at 8. I've already started the ledger. And it's going to be a good one. It's definitely going to be a good one. There's a lot going on. It's so much I want to talk about. Like, so much I want to talk about. Some of y'all going to be mad because there's a lot of stuff I want to talk about. But I got to wait until tomorrow night, 8 o'clock. Listen, I'm just telling you. Now, tune in. Thank y'all for watching. Bye-bye.